How will this work? If now we say, for instance, the states in southwest Nigeria, we all have governors, and we have to go back to the regional issues or matters, who now, well, should I say, coordinate the states that makes up the region?
What we need basically to do, you can't collapse the states. You still have your states. You still have your governors. But ensure that there's somebody who would occupy a position either as governor general or a premier that would stand in a position to coordinate the collective governance of the states in Western Nigeria. You are not going to say no more Ogun, say no more Ondo. So you have gone past that. What we are saying is that rather than have the President Jonathan in Abuja, where you all go to every month to collect money, and you become lazy, you are not in any way creative, you are not thinking out of the box, you are not unleashing your energy. You and I know that the world has become a knowledge world. The richest man in the world is not selling oil. Upstairs. Now, there's no way you can unleash your creative energy when you continue to go to Abuja to go collect money. So we are saying, let us have 6 regional power blocks with massive devolution of powers. Abuja is tired. Abuja is a major challenge for Nigeria. And I must also say this. I mean, I've read extensively literatures on federalism, starting from Professor Ware to my hero, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, to Enahoro, Oleshenka, and the rest of them. Any student of politics will tell you that Apadora on Politics is the locus classicus book on federalism. I've read all of this. And nowhere would you have a country like Nigeria, as I said earlier on, multicultural, diverse, multilingual, run by a constitution that is unitary in content, pretending to be federal. And I must quote Baronet Margaret Thatcher here in 1991. They know us more than we know ourselves. That the lesson of this century, I'm quoting, I said this in 1991, is that countries that are being put together artificially will fall apart. You cannot stop the agitation for self-determination. And we have seen it.
Are you saying Nigeria cannot stay together as one?
No, I'm not saying Nigeria cannot stay together as one, but you must devise a constitution that will ensure they stay together on terms that are mutually acceptable. You see, when we say this, some guys look at us as if we are not patriotic. No. The test of patriotism, in my view, is to find a balance between patriotism of affirmation and patriotism of dissent. I'm not an inveterate critic of government, but nobody is more patriotic than me.
How does it affect the slogan? Sorry, Mr. Adegbuyi.
You can't slogan. You can't slogan here.
How does it affect the slogan, unity in diversity, that we've always talked about?
Unity in diversity is a journey, not a destination. Put in another form, it is what we must work to achieve. Nigeria is fond of sloganeering. MPN in 1979, one nation under one God. But we failed. This thing is not about God. India shares so many similarities with us, and they keep working on their fault lines. But Nigeria is not working on its fault lines. All they do is, it's like war against corruption. And don't you have highfalutin and some braggadocio here and there that we are fighting corruption?
For time's sake, let's look at the call for state police. You talked about you being a member of a security committee in Ogun State, and you were trying to look at how sometimes a state tries to push the bad guys out of its territory and they move to another state. The call for state police, are we ripe for that?
It's not a question of whether we are ripe for a state police or not. It is urgently required. and desirable. I don't have any apology for the views I hold because I believe they are for the good of this country. Policing is a local issue. You adopt presidential system of government, American model, and you are shying away from adopting the necessary fundamentals. They will say it doesn't add up in America. They have federal police, they have state police, they have community police, they have county police. But I don't like to cite the examples of America because we are different people. Language is a very strong factor in American political configuration. But same is not in Nigeria. Because Nigeria has over 250 languages.
But it will be hard to take America's constitution hook, line, and sinker because we have different realities.
That's why I'm saying we are not taking American constitution hook, line, and sinker. Tell me a federal state or a country that operates a federal constitution and still runs a centralized police.
Okay, now the talk of police has a lot of connection to do with the security situation we're having in Nigeria right now. Yeah. The difference between Nigeria's security situation is that we have a homegrown problem, and now the threat to U.S. security is external. So,
are you saying that the fact that the threat to Americans, there are internal challenges?
No, but a lot of people have adduced the fact that there need to be a coordination of our security apparatus now. So, talking in terms of a state police now, that would defy a lot from that trend.
Let's not confuse issues here. Nobody is advocating for wholesale adoption of what they do in America. But adopt what they do in other countries that share similarities with you. Even United Kingdom, with an unwritten constitution and a unitary system of government, doesn't run a centralized police system. Since I grew up, the opposition to state police has always been anchored on the fear that the governor of a state may abuse it. Tell me any other reason.
What about the unity of the nation?
If you have state police, does that lead to dismemberment? Does that lead to anarchy? Does state police mean that separatist groups would evolve? No. We're not getting the issues right. Don't you have vigilantes in some states in Nigeria today, particularly in Southwest, who are doing more than the police in terms of security? And I'm able to say it. But I'm not, just a moment, please. There's a place, I won't mention the place, in Southwest Nigeria, where the regular policemen invite the vigilante when they want to fight crime. You are not going to set up an army. You are not going to set up a police that would confront the federal police. The roles, the powers will be clearly defined.
Why do you think they did that? Is it because the locals, they know themselves?
Because I've said that policing is a local issue. The locals know themselves. The armed robbers are no spirits. If they stay somewhere, I can tell you today that Mowe Bafoa's is here. It's the den of armed robbers. Why are we not taking the battle to them where they are? Is that because police is extremely demotivated, lack proper training, and some other, problems befitting the Nigerian police? But the point one is trying to make here is that, is security desirable? Yes. In my view, without state police, you can have adequate security. But if you agree that it's desirable, let us now take time to look at the fallout of the adoption or creation of state police and then think out of the box to find solutions to those problems.
Now,
if you strengthen judiciary, for instance, I'm sorry, I need to make this point, because the way some governors behave, like emperors, will necessarily lead credence to the fears that governors are likely to abuse it. But you have federal police, you have state police. If the state governor wants to abuse a state police, let the federal police come in and then strengthen your institutions, judiciary,